Dear students, good morning. In today's class, we are going to study grouping of elements based on electronic configuration. So we place the elements in modern periodic table based on the increasing order of atomic number as well as electronic configuration. So as I told, the electronic configuration is nothing but arrangement of electrons in the atoms. So outside the nucleus, how the electrons are arranged, it is called the electronic configuration. So while elements are placed in the modern periodic table, we have to consider atomic number as well as electronic configuration of the elements. First, we have to know how to write the electronic configuration for an element. So in lower classes, you have written electronic configuration based on only shells. For a simple element, hydrogen, atomic number is 1. Electronic configuration is written as 1. For helium, electronic configuration 2. That means these electrons placed in first cell. That means K cell. Then for lithium with atomic number 3, you have written it as 2, 1. One electron is placed in the second cell, called the L cell. For beryllium, electronic configuration is written as 2, 2. So while placing the electrons in the atoms or elements, you have already considered only shells. Along with the shells, we have the orbitals. Okay. So we are going to write the electronic configuration in a new pattern. For that, we have to know what are orbitals. So nucleus is at the center, positively charged protons and chargeless neutrons present inside the nucleus. Outside the nucleus, according to Bohr's model, we have the circular path. The circular path is called as energy level or orbit or shell. So we denote this as a K, L, M, N and so on. So in the cells, we have the orbitals. Orbital is nothing but a three-dimensional region where electron spends most of its time. So when you take an electron in the first cell or K cell, so the electron is spending most of its time in a particular place. It is called an orbital. So the definition of orbital is a three-dimensional region where electron spends most of its time. Or we can say the three-dimensional region where probability of finding the electron is maximum. So this is the definition of an orbital. It is a three-dimensional region of space where probability of finding the electron is maximum. That means electron will spend most of its time in a three-dimensional region. It is called an orbital. So in each cell or in each orbit, we have the orbitals. Okay. So take first cell. First cell is nothing but a K shell. First cell has only one type of orbital, this s orbital. So in atomic structure lesson, we will study in detail what is the shape of s orbital and so on. When you take second cell, L cell, is having s orbital and p orbital. Third cell has three type of orbitals, s, p and d. Fourth cell has s orbital, p orbital, d orbital and f orbital. Then remaining all the cells. From fourth cell onwards, all the cells are having four type of orbitals. So a three-dimensional region where probability of finding the electron is maximum is called orbital. One more definition, a three-dimensional region where electron spends most of its time. So the place at which electron present in the cell is called orbital. And four type of orbitals present, s, p, d, f. Each orbital is having a different shape that will be discussed in atomic structure lesson. So consider first cell, second cell, third cell and fourth cell onwards. What are the orbitals present? I have written it. First cell or K cell is having only s orbital. So the orbital can be denoted as 1s orbital. Second cell, L cell, is having two type of orbitals, s and p. It can be denoted as 2s orbital, 2p orbital. Third cell has three type of orbitals. It can be denoted as 3s, 3p and 3d. From fourth cell onwards, four type of orbitals will be present in the cells. They are denoted as 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. So these are all the notations of atomic orbitals in each cell. And we know that the shell is called the principal quantum number. Okay. Small n represents principal quantum number. Okay. So you just know what are the orbitals present in each cell. So we have s, p, d and f orbitals. And when you take an orbital, maximum 2 electrons can be present. When you consider 1s orbital, s orbital present in the first cell. 1s orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. So orbital is nothing but a place where electrons present in the cell. In an orbital, maximum 2 electrons can be present. Okay, to understand, we draw the orbital diagram. So you can denote an electron as a half-headed arrow mark or arrow mark. Okay. So electron can be denoted in these two ways. So this upward arrow mark is indicating that electron is spinning in its clockwise direction. We know that electrons are revolving around the nucleus. At the same time, electrons are revolving in its own axis. Right? Consider the Earth. Earth is spinning it in its own axis. At the same time, it is revolving around the sun. The same procedure is happening in the atoms also. When you consider an atom, it is revolving around the nucleus in the cells. At the same time, the electron is spinning in its own axis. So when you take an orbital, maximum 2 electrons will be present. Out of 2 electrons, 1 electron will spin in clockwise direction. And one more electron denoted as down-headed arrow mark. So any one can be used. It indicates the electron is spinning in counterclockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So in the cells, we have the orbitals. Each orbital can have maximum 2 electrons. And one electron will spin in clockwise direction, another electron will spin in anti-clockwise direction. Why? Both the electrons are having the same charge. Both the electrons are having a negative charge. The same charges will always repel each other. So to avoid the repulsion in orbital, both the electrons are spinning in opposite direction. So when you take 1s orbital, maximum it can accommodate only 2 electrons. And you take p orbital. P orbital is of 3 types. Okay. P orbital will have 3 type of orientations. So it will have 3 types: px, py, pz. So p orbital is of 3 types: px, py, pz. Each orbital can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. Px can accommodate 2 electrons, Py can accommodate 2 electrons, Pz can accommodate 2 electrons. So totally 6 electrons can be placed in p orbital. It may be 2p orbital, or it may be 3p orbital, 4p orbital, whatever it may be. P orbital can accommodate maximum 6 electrons. Each type of p orbital will have 2 electrons. So maximum number of electrons in p orbital will be 6. Then take a d orbital. It has 5 different orientations. So 5 type of d orbitals present. They are dxy, dyz, dzx or dxz, dx square minus y square, dz square. So when you consider d orbital, it has 5 type of orientations. 5 type of d orbitals are available. Maximum number of electrons in each orbital will be 2. So dxy, dyz, dxz, dx square minus y square, dz square. Each type of d orbital will accommodate 2 electrons. So maximum number of electrons present in a d orbital will be 10. Then when you take f orbital, there are 7 types. 7 types of f orbitals present. Each type will accommodate 2 electrons. So maximum number of electrons will be 14. So all these are basics. How much electrons can be placed in each orbital? So when you take s orbital, it is only one type. Maximum 2 electrons will be present. P orbital is of 3 types: px, py, pz. Maximum 6 electrons can be accommodated. D orbital is of 5 types: dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. Maximum number of electrons present in d orbital will be 10. And when you take f orbital, 7 types of f orbitals are available. So each type of f orbital will have 2 electrons. So maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in f orbital will be 14. So outside the nucleus we have the cells. In cells we have 4 type of orbitals: s, p, d and f. First cell will have only s orbital, second cell will have s and p orbital, third cell will have s, p, d orbital, fourth cell will have all the 4 type of orbitals. Then when you move from 4th cell onwards, each cell will have all the 4 type of orbitals, and this is how much electrons can be placed in an orbital. Maximum number of electrons have represented. Then we have to write electronic configuration. What are the orbitals available? First cell has s orbital, so 1s. Second cell has s and p orbital, so 2s, 2p orbital. Third cell has 3 type of orbitals: sp and d, so 3s, 3p, 3d. Fourth cell has all the 4 type of orbitals: 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. Fifth cell having all 4 type of orbitals: 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f, then 6s, 6p, 6d, 6f, like that we may write. But order of orbital will be changed based on the energy. We write the orbitals present in each cell. Energy of the orbital will be changed. When you consider an atom, when we move from nucleus onwards, energy will be increased. This is first cell. Electrons present in the first cell will have lower energy, and the electrons present in the second cell will have more energy. And electrons present in the third cell will have more energy than this. So electron in the second cell will have more energy than the electron in the first cell. So when we move from nucleus onwards, generally energy increases. So we have to find the order of energy. So gradually energy increases. At the same time, there are some exceptions. Okay, we expect the increase of energy from 1s orbital, but there are some exceptions. So we have to know what is the correct order of energy of orbitals. For that, we have a principle called Aufbau principle. The principle is called Aufbau principle, and we will discuss later. And a diagram is given in the Aufbau principle. It will be useful to find the correct order of energy of orbitals. You remind that diagram. Let me explain the theory of Aufbau principle later. You just remind the diagram. First cell will have only s orbital, second cell will have s and p orbital, third cell will have sp, d orbitals. From fourth cell onwards, all 4 type of orbitals will be present. And the 6f will also be present. So in Aufbau principle, a diagram is given. You just remind the diagram. Okay. The theory part, let me explain in atomic structure lesson. So the arrow mark is pointing towards downward side. Remind the direction of arrow mark. It is in downward direction. Okay. So from this diagram, we are getting the correct order of energy of orbitals. Increasing order of energy of orbitals can be found. The least energy orbital is 1s. Comparing 1s, the energy of 2s orbital will be more. Comparing 2s, next 2p, then 3s. After 3s, you have to move here. Okay, so this is in this order. After 3s, don't write it as 4s. You have to complete 3p, then 4s. So comparing 3s orbital, 3p orbital having more energy, then 4s, then 3d, then 4p. You check the order. Is it following the general trend? No. So there are exceptions. We expect that orbitals in the fourth cell will have more energy than the orbitals in the third cell. But what is the order? 3d orbital is having more energy than the 4s orbital. Okay. So we cannot write it as 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 3d, then 4s. We cannot write it. Okay, it is not the correct order. Generally, energy increases from nucleus onwards. Comparing first cell, second cell orbitals or electron in the second cell will have more energy. Comparing second cell, electrons in the third cell will have more energy. This is a general trend, but exceptions are there. So the correct order is 3d orbital has more energy than the 4s orbital. Okay, like that. Many exceptions are observed here. After 4s, we write a 3d, 4p, then 5s. We are not mentioning 4d. After 4s, the energy will be more for 5s, then 4d, then 5p. So this diagram given in the Aufbau principle part is useful to write the correct order of energy of orbital. Now the question is, why we have to know the correct order of energy of orbital? Because electrons are filled in the increasing order of orbitals. This is called Aufbau principle. When electrons are placed in an atom or element, first electron will occupy the lower energy orbital, then it will occupy the higher energy orbital. This is called the Aufbau principle. Okay. So when you place the electrons in the elements, electrons first occupy the lower energy orbitals, then it will occupy the higher energy orbitals. So let me write electronic configuration. The simplest element is hydrogen. Hydrogen has the atomic number 1. It has 1 proton and 1 electron. 1 proton is present inside the nucleus. 1 electron is present outside the nucleus. And the electron will occupy which orbital? The least energy orbital, 1s. So how can we write the electronic configuration? 1s1. Electron of a hydrogen atom is placed in 1s orbital. Then you take helium, atomic number 2. 2 protons and 2 electrons present. How the 2 electrons will be placed? 1s2. Maximum 2 electrons can be present in an orbital. Okay. Then take lithium, atomic number 3. First 2 electrons will be placed in the lower energy orbital, 1s. The third electron will go to higher energy orbital, 2s. Electronic configuration of lithium is 1s2, 2s1. So in lower classes, you study that 2, 1. For beryllium, 2, 2, boron, 2, 3. Like that you have studied. But in higher secondary, we have to mention the orbital also. How the electrons placed in the orbitals also we have to write. So next element is beryllium, atomic number 4. First 2 electrons placed in 1s orbital, remaining 2 electrons will be placed in 2s orbital. Then boron, atomic number 5. Out of 5 electrons, first 2 electrons will be placed in 1s orbital. Next 2 electrons will be placed in 2s orbital. Then higher energy orbital is 2p1. And it can be 2px orbital also. 2py, 2pz. 3 type of p orbitals present. So 2px1, 2py0, 2pz0. Like this also you may write. Okay. So you can write it in an elaborate manner, or simply you can write it as 2p1. And what is the next element? Carbon with atomic number 6. We have to place 6 electrons. 1s2, 2s2, 2p2. Like this we may write. Or 1s2, 2s2, 2px1, 2py1, 2pz0. Like this also you may write. Now you can ask a question, why these 2 electrons can be placed in a 2px? So maximum number of electrons present in an orbital is 2. Why these 2 electrons are not placed in 2px orbital? So we have to explain this based on Hund's rule that we will discuss later. Okay, Hund's rule. Next, nitrogen with atomic number 7. Electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Oxygen, atomic number 8, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Fluorine, atomic number 9, 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Noble gas neon with atomic number 10, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6. When you add the electrons, it will be equal to the atomic number. 2 plus 2, 4, plus 6, 10. 10 electrons placed according to Aufbau principle. Okay. So this is the way of writing electronic configuration in the higher secondary. Now you know how to write the electronic configuration of each element. Then we move into grouping of elements based on electronic configuration. So first we explain the grouping of elements in periods. When you take modern periodic table, we have the vertical columns as well as the horizontal rows. First we are going to see the variation of electronic configuration in the periods. How electronic configuration changes for element in periods. One by one we will discuss. If you take first period, so this is called period number, or as I told, you can write it as principal quantum number, symbol small n. Okay. So small n represents principal quantum number, that means shell, first cell, second cell, third cell, fourth cell. Or you can say it is representing the period number in the modern periodic table. Okay. So principal quantum number 1 or period number 1. What about the variation of electronic configuration in first period? So when you take first period, period number 1 as well as principal quantum number 1. Principal quantum number 1 means shell, first cell. It is nothing but first period number, principal quantum number value 1 as well as first cell. First cell will have what type of orbital? 1s orbital. How much electrons can be placed in 1s orbital? Maximum 2 electrons. Okay. So when you take 1s orbital, maximum 2 electrons will be placed, so that only 2 elements present in the first period. When you check the modern periodic table, first period has only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen with atomic number 1, its electronic configuration is 1s1. Helium with atomic number 2, its electronic configuration 1s2. So maximum 2 electrons can be present in the 1s orbital, so that only 2 elements present in the first period. So first we write the period number and which orbital is filled and what are the elements. Maximum how much elements can be present in the first period? 2. And you take principal quantum number 2, that means second cell as well as period number 2. As I told, second cell has 2 type of orbitals, s and p, isn't it? Second cell will have 2s orbital and 2p orbital, and this is of 3 types: 2px, 2py, 2pz. So maximum how much electrons can be placed? 2s orbital can have maximum 2 electrons. 2p orbital can have maximum 6 electrons, isn't it? 2px can have 2 electrons, 2py can have 2 electrons, 2pz can have 2 electrons. So maximum number of electrons in the 2p orbital will be 6. So 2 plus 6, maximum 8 electrons can be placed. So number of elements in the second period, 8. Okay, so listen carefully. Second period, that means principal quantum number 2, the shell is second cell. Second cell has, when you take second cell, it has 1s orbital, 2s orbital. When you take second cell has only 2 type of orbitals. Maximum electrons in the 2s orbital will be 2, maximum electrons in the 2p orbital will be 6. So 8 electrons can be placed in the second cell. So number of elements placed in the second period, 8. First element, lithium. In second period, the first element is lithium, 1s2, 2s1. Then beryllium, 1s2 2s2 electronic configuration. Next, boron 1s2 2s2 2p1. Carbon 1s2 2s2 2p2. The next, nitrogen 1s2 2s2 2p3. Oxygen 1s2 2s2 2p4. Fluorine with atomic number 9 1s2 2s2 2p5. Then last element in second period, neon, atomic number 10, electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6. So when you check the neon, all the orbitals are completely filled. 1s orbital can have maximum 2 electrons, 2s orbital can have maximum 2, 2p orbital can have maximum 6. So all the orbitals are completely filled. It is a noble gas or inert gas or rare gas. So how much electrons can be placed in the second cell? 8 electrons can be placed, so that 8 elements placed in the second period. What are the 8 elements? Lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. 8 electrons can be placed in the second cell. So when you take a modern periodic table, second period is having 8 elements from lithium to neon. And what is the variation in the electronic configuration? It starts with 2s1, it ends with 2p6. And when you take principal quantum number 3 or period number 3, third cell. The third cell will have 3s, 3p, 3d orbitals. Okay. When you take third cell, all the 3 type of orbitals will be present, 3s, 3p and 3d. Comparing 3d, 4s orbital has lower energy, isn't it? We already studied Aufbau principle. Comparing 3d, 4s orbital is having lower energy. So electron will first occupy 4s orbital, then it fills in 3d orbital. So we omit this. Third cell will have all 3 type of orbitals, but 3d orbital is energy. 3d orbital energy is more than the 4s orbital, so we omit it. The maximum number of electrons can be accommodated in s orbital. 2. Maximum number of electrons can be placed in p orbital. 6. So totally 8 electrons can be placed in the third cell. So the third period in modern periodic table will have maximum 8 elements. So number of elements in the third period will be 8, because the third cell can accommodate maximum 8 electrons. Okay, what are the 8 elements? It starts with sodium, atomic number 11, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Then magnesium, atomic number 12, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Then aluminum with atomic number 13, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p1. And like that it goes, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, and the last element will be argon with atomic number 18, and it has completely filled electronic configuration. All the orbitals will be completely filled. Okay, right? So 18 electrons placed properly. So this is a completely filled electronic configuration. So electronic configuration starts with 3s1 and it ends with 3p6. Okay. So what are the 8 elements present? Sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. So 8 electrons can be placed in the third cell. So third period in modern periodic table having 8 elements. Number of elements 8. And what about principal quantum number 4? period number 4, principal quantum number 4, it represents fourth cell. What about orbitals present in the fourth cell? 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. But according to Aufbau principle, 3d orbital is having lower energy than the 4p orbital, isn't it? So what is the correct order? 4s, 3d, 4p. Then 5s will come. So we omit this, right? So according to Aufbau principle, 3d orbital has lower energy than the 4p orbital. Okay. So in fourth period, we consider 3d orbital also. Okay. So what are the available orbitals in fourth period? 4s, 3d and 4p. Okay. We don't consider only 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f. We follow the Aufbau principle. It represents the correct order of energy of orbitals. So maximum electrons can be present in s orbital will be 2. Maximum number of electrons present in d orbital will be 10. Maximum electrons present in p orbital will be 6. We know that there are 5 types of d orbitals. Each d orbital will accommodate 2 electrons. So totally 10 electrons can be placed in 3d orbital. And p orbital is of 3 types: px, py, pz. And each p orbital can accommodate 2 electrons. So totally 6. So how much electrons can be placed in the fourth cell? So totally 18. So number of elements present in the fourth period will be 18. Okay. So totally 18 elements will be present in the fourth period. So in fourth period, maximum 18 elements will be placed. We start with potassium, then calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, then gallium. Like that it extends. Okay. So up to krypton we will write. So 18 elements will be placed. Gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine, krypton. So these 18 elements can be placed in fourth period. Okay. What about the electronic configuration? Potassium 1s2, 2s2 2p6, 3s2 3p6, 4s1. The outermost orbital will be 4s orbital. So 19 electrons placed. Then when you take calcium 1s2 2s2 2p6, 3s2 3p6, 4s2. Then scandium 1s2 2s2 2p6, 3s2 3p6. Then 4s2 3d1. The count number of electrons: 2, 4, 10, 12, 18, 20, 21. 21 electrons placed according to Aufbau principle. So after 4s orbital is filled, electron will occupy the 3d orbital. Okay. Then titanium, when you take titanium, the outermost orbital will be 3d2. Then vanadium with atomic number 23, outermost orbital will be 3d3, like that it goes. So for zinc, 3d10, then gallium, then after filling 3d orbital, electron will enter into the 4p orbital. Okay, so at last, when you take krypton, it will have 4p6 configuration, right? So fourth period can accommodate maximum 18 elements. Then period number 5. So the available orbitals as per a general concept of 5s, 5p, 5d, 5f. So these are all the orbitals present in the fifth cell. But what is the correct order of filling of orbitals? 5s orbital, then before 5p, 4d orbital will be filled, then 5p orbital, then 6s orbital will be filled, then only 4f orbital will be filled, then 5d. So according to Aufbau principle, this is the correct order. Okay, right? So we should not consider 6s. It is the next principal quantum number and the next period number. So we take these three orbitals alone. So what are the available orbitals? 5s, 4d and 5p. Okay, don't consider these orbitals. According to Aufbau principle, we have to follow the correct order of energy of orbitals. So maximum 2 electrons will be present in s orbital, 10 electrons will be present in d orbital, 6 electrons will be present in p orbital. So number of electrons placed in all these orbitals will be 18. So number of elements in the fifth period will be 18. So like fourth period, in fifth period also 18 elements can be present. So it starts with rubidium, outermost configuration 5s1, and it ends with xenon, 54 atomic number. Okay. And it ends with 5p6. Okay. So 18 elements will be present. The same way you take sixth period, we say these orbitals will be present. But when we follow Aufbau principle, the available orbitals 6s, first electron will occupy 6s orbital, then it fills in 4f orbital, then 5d orbital, then it fills in 6p orbital. So this is the correct order. Then 7s, okay, you omit this one. After 6p, electrons will be placed in a 7s. So it is the next principal quantum number and next period number we omit. So these are all the available orbitals. Maximum 2 electrons will be in s orbital, 14 electrons will be in f orbital, 10 electrons can be placed in a d orbital, 6 electrons can be placed in p orbital. So total 32 electrons can be placed in all these orbitals. So number of elements in the sixth period, maximum number of elements will be 32, and these 14 elements, okay, so 14 electrons can be accommodated in 4f orbital. So these 14 elements will be taken out. It is placed at the bottom of modern periodic table. They are called lanthanides. So outermost orbital will be f. So it is called 4f block element or inner transition element are lanthanide or lanthanides. Okay, these 14 elements will be taken out. Then you take principal quantum number 7, 7th cell as 7th period number. We expect these available orbitals, but what is the correct order of filling of orbitals? 7s, 5f, 6d, 7p, then 8s. So we omit this one. Next period number or next principal quantum number, we omit this. So these are all available orbitals. So here also maximum 32 electrons placed. So 7th period will have 32 elements and 14 electrons can be placed in 5f orbital. So these 14 elements will be taken out. They are called actinoids. So lanthanoids and actinoids are placed at the bottom of a periodic table. They are called the F block elements or inner transition elements. So this is the variation of electronic configuration in period. When we start from first period to 7th period, how much elements placed based on the electronic configuration. So next class we will discuss variation of electronic configuration in groups. Thank you.